Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba.
So you're a cop, right?
That's right.
Well, I should probably tell you that I'm taking the bus because I had my driver's license revoked.
What for? Speeding.
Welcome back to Should You Watch This? With the Popcorn Priest, the weekly podcast where movie enthusiasts, ex-movie theater projectionists, new and old friends take the time to talk about a movie that we just watched and answer that very question. Should or shouldn't you watch this? I want to extend a very special decapitated welcome to our guest today, JJ, as we finish our review of Speed from 1994.
Yo, thanks for having me back. Part 2.
Part 2. Two very enthusiastic thumbs up, says Siskel and Ebert. The exciting conclusion to Speed with our girl Sandy is next.
All right, gentlemen, what we have here are 13 passengers in an express elevator. Bomb's already taken out cables. Bomber wants $3 million or he blows the emergency brake.
Dedication and bravery, these next two officers effected the rescue of 13 citizens of this city. Thanks to them, the only life taken by the terrorist bomb was his own.
This is a sick trailer, dude. It's kind of spoilery, but I love it so much.
There's a bomb on a bus. If it drops below 50, it blows up.
Temple, we just got a ransom demand from your dead terrorist. Says he's rigged the city bus. Where's Jack?
What do you think?
Try and dismantle that bomb.
This is not a very good plan.
Interactive TV, Jack, wave of the future.
I want you to get out of there and sit tight. We're gonna go after the source.
We're leaking gas? What, you felt you needed another challenge or something?
It's very spoilery.
Why are they messing with me? They think I'm doing this for fun? When I find you, do not attempt to grow a brain.
Yeah. I feel like that seems like a modern day cut of a trailer.
I was thinking that the whole time.
I don't think that's a real trailer from 1994.
It doesn't sound like it.
But it was epic and I loved it so much.
It's pretty cool.
But
I do like the last week's trailer though with the guy's voice.
Yeah. I specifically pulled that one. This one was more for me. One for them, one for me. Let's start today's show with popcorn trivia.
Let me tell you something, pendejo.
Okay, I have a few trivia points. I know you've got some too. Let's dive right in. Sandra Bullock actually learned to drive a bus for the film. That's what I was telling you last week. I didn't want to give it away, even though we gave away so many things. She passed her test on the first attempt.
Nice. She was born to play the role.
I mean, that's dedication from Sandy. I love it.
Yeah, love it. She's so good in this.
Here's another cool thing that I love these little tidbits. Keanu Reeves, when he's running to get the bus and he pounds on the glass and he breaks it, that was not intended, but the director liked it so much that he left it in the final cut.
Nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, easy on the pounding.
It's like it shows the amount of intensity and desire to get the bus to stop.
Yeah, the way the glass breaks is really cool too, though.
Yeah, it is really cool because it's real.
Yeah.
He like busted it with his freaking strengths.
Nice. Yeah, he's jacked in this.
All right, here's a bunch of trivia about the bus jump because it's I just loved it so much, and my wife was like, there's no way that a bus could do that. And I was like, listen, sweetheart, here's some knowledge.
Okay.
The bus jump scene was not in the original script. Jean de Bont came up with the idea one day when he was driving around LA and noticed one section of the 105 was missing. Great idea.
There, it was in the movie.
The bus jump scene was done only 2 times. The first time it was done, it landed perfectly. And the director was like, that looked too good. We need it to like hit kind of crazy. So they had to do it again. The bus was also modified so that it could reach a speed of 70 miles an hour. And it was equipped with a powerful shock absorber.
Okay. I think in the movie, they actually get to like 60, 65.
Yeah, exactly. The driver's seat was moved back 15 feet so that if something went wrong, he wasn't ejected from the bus. The seat itself also had a suspension mechanism between the ceiling and the bus floor to prevent the driver from suffering spinal compressions on impact.
Yeah, 50-foot gap would do that.
Again, this really happened, everybody. Like, it's not CGI. When it looks weird when it's coming off of the road, they built a small ramp so that it could get up high enough. But other than that, they just erased the ramp. The bus was started from about 1 mile back and accelerated towards the ramp. By the time it hit the ramp, it had reached about 61 miles per hour. It traveled 109 feet, and its front wheels reached an altitude of 20 feet off the ground, which was higher than anyone had ever anticipated. Because of this, the cameras were not placed correctly, and the top front part of the bus goes out of frame when the bus reaches the maximum point of the jump. It's so cool. I just love it so much, so I had to look at all that up.
Yeah, that's probably like the best scene, or like the scene I look forward to the most. I mean, and there's some awesome scenes in here.
Yeah. I
think you can see a little of the ramp at the, just very fast in it. Which is, why is there a ramp at the end of this road? We don't ask those questions. We just enjoy it.
Well, there's also a kind of contrived ramp for the last scene where the subway train kind of comes out and blows through that wall, which is sick also.
I mean, once again, like LA, need to fix your shit.
Yeah.
Highways, railways, got to finish them.
Yeah, my wife said this is like planes, trains, and automobiles. I mean,
it pretty much is.
We got all the vehicles in this one. It's really good. The last trivia point that I have is Keanu Reeves was actually tethered to the bottom of the bus for parts of one scene.
Nice. I know you mentioned last week 90% he did his stunts. Wherever they got that number.
I mean, listen, I know he was. Well, we know he was tethered for one of the scenes, but the other scenes was a stunt guy on that little cart thing. That was so scary, intense for me. Like, he's just flipping and flopping around.
Yeah,
like,
love that scene.
Whoa. And they did it for real. It's so cool. I know the bus is like elevated so that he can fit and all that crap, but I don't care. When that thing hits the ground, when they drop it, it's so scary.
Yeah. When Sandy thinks she runs him over.
Oh.
Her concern. She's concerned.
Go back to the bus. Did we run him over?
Yeah.
I mean, she started to love him.
She did love him at the end.
And also in real life.
I mean, who wouldn't?
I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a little bit. Do you have any more trivia points?
I had some trivia.
Okay.
So I love Jeff Daniels in this movie, and R.I.P. when he blows up. Super sad. Like, I didn't see that coming. I remember watching this, like, you know, one of the main characters dying halfway.
I kind of like it. I don't like it, but I like that they went there.
Exactly. Well, this face he makes, you kind of mentioned last week, and it's just so good, where he like realizes like this thermostat's actually a bomb and he's going to die. I was listening to an interview of him, and apparently he was listening to another interview with the guy from Jaws, the Ray Schneider guy.
Schneider, yeah.
And he was saying how did he make that face when he saw the Jaws, the shark? And he was like, I just dropped my cheekbones. So Jeff Daniels, all he did was just drop those cheekbones. And I think it's an awesome piece of acting by him.
Kudos to Jaws. Kudos to our boy Dumb and Dumber for making that face.
Harry.
Love you, Harry.
Speed won 2 Oscars.
Oh yeah, I forgot to put that in. What?
Just sound related, sound editing, mixing. But shout out to Oscar-winning Speed.
Another good reason to buy the physical media because the streaming one sucks.
Yeah. And then I got one trivia piece just for you, my man. So there is a shared cinematic universe between Speed and Die Hard.
Oh my god.
Besides the point of the director being the cinematographer, like you mentioned last week.
Oh my gosh. Please.
So there's two little Easter eggs. So
please connect them.
There's a cargo plane in both Die Hard and Speed, and on the cargo plane it says Pacific Courier.
What does that mean?
Just like a company, I don't know.
And it's in both.
It's in both of them. And then they both mention this Latin American country called Valverde, and that's in both of them.
Oh, Valverde is in a lot of movies, dude. I think it's in Commando as
It
well.
might be too, yeah.
I love that fictional country of Valverde.
Yeah.
I want to visit it.
It sounds nice.
All right. Any more trivia points?
That's all I had.
Are you ready for beefs?
Let's hear them.
All right. Popcorn.
Let's find them.
Beefs.
Where's the beef? Hey, where's the beef?
I got 4 beefs.
Okay.
It was said that the film literally ran out of money before it was completed. When the film was first previewed for an audience, the subway scenes were animated storyboards only. The audience loved the film so much that the studio came up with the funds to shoot the scenes properly. My beef is with the studio. Give them the money, man. They're already not spending a ton of money for such a big, cool, big action blockbuster. Dude.
Yeah, you mentioned $30 million for this action-packed.
Give me some more money. We're going to give it back to you.
Yeah.
That's a beef. My next beef is Keanu Reeves and Sandra Bullock developed a secret crush on each other while filming.
It's natural.
It was not revealed to one another. And they did not admit it until decades later on separate episodes of the Ellen DeGeneres show. I watched both clips.
Yeah, big Ellen fan you are.
I'm not a big Ellen fan, but I'm a big Sandy and Keanu fan. And I wanted to see their faces. And they both look like, when they found out that the other person had this crush, you could see their face like kind of deflated.
That's a beef. How do they not,
listen,
explore that back in the day?
Explore each other.
Yeah.
And my biggest beef is that they're not a power couple right now.
Great beef. They should be a power couple.
Can you imagine Keanu and Sandy being married for the last 20 years? Love it.
Are we still getting the John Wicks and I'm trying to think of something Sandy did recently?
Please just give me that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If not, then I don't want them to be married.
Yeah.
Because I need John Wick.
Agreed.
But that's kind of a beef for me because you could tell they really enjoyed each other's.
But aren't they in this? Aren't they in this like rom-com like Lake House years later? And then they don't explore it either.
Not.
They have 2 chances.
2 chances to consummate. They did not. I don't like it. My third beef. The film was released 1 week before the O.J. Simpson chase on the L.A. freeway.
Yeah.
And he was in a white Bronco after suspected of murder. He did it. After the Bronco chase, many audiences who saw the film in theaters noticed how closely the scenes from the film resembled the real-life Bronco chase. I also felt that when I was watching
100%.
I was like, oh my gosh, this looks like the OJ chase.
Well, just the car. It's not a Bronco, but it looks like one. And it's white.
And it looks like the clips.
And they do like an aerial shot of it that like looks just like the chase.
And I mean, it's so close that like it's so weird that it feels so similar, but there's no way they filmed it way before that happened. But
yeah,
my beef is with O.J. Simpson. Please don't take away from Speed. You took away from Speed because you killed some people, allegedly. If it don't fit, you can't quit.
Something like that.
Something like that. All right, my last beef. The prosthetic dummy head of Dennis Hopper was too realistic, and it looked really grotesque as he got beheaded. So they went with the rear shot instead.
Okay.
My beef is we're already in rated R zone. Let's give me the grotesque one.
I think the way they do it is great. I still enjoy that scene.
I need it. I need more murderous
beheadings,
yeah.
All right.
He did too much damage to my boy Harry. I mean, he took his life, so I need him to suffer.
Gore.
Yeah.
Great beef. Those are great beefs.
Those are all my beefs.
Great beefs. Great beefs.
Any other beefs?
I had 2 small beefs.
Okay.
My first small beef is just you played the awesome, cool sound effect last time, but when the speed credits come on, the word speed, like they just discovered like 3D fonts. And it's just like so like early 90s to me. I'm just like, they gotta find a little better font there for me.
I feel like Die Hard also had some weird like 3D letters.
Yeah. Small beef, but the sound effect when it's like, you know, is pretty cool.
It is.
So it makes up for it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of takes you out of this is the weird letters.
Yeah.
The 3D letters. They're like, this is cool. It's
the 45 layers, the elevator floor is going down.
You know how they did that? It was a miniature.
Oh.
They built a real, like, I don't know if it was a 1/8 scale, and it was like, I don't know how tall it was, but they built a miniature and put a camera in it, and that's how they did that. There you go.
Yeah, doesn't feel long at all. And then my last beef is the stroller. And this lady's just pushing a stroller in the middle of the street, and this 50-mile-per-hour bus is coming by. She's not looking, and the bus hits the stroller. Sandy starts freaking out. For, you know,
obvious reasons.
Yeah, and it's cans. And it just takes me out every time.
Who in the world is carrying cans in a perfectly normal baby stroller, which also that baby stroller looks like it's from the 1960s.
It does, but the lady's kind of dressed like in the 1960s. Like,
it's true.
It's and Keanu's like, cans. It was cans.
It was just cans.
I just have beef with that scene. I'm not saying I want a baby death, guys. I just am saying it doesn't have to be cans.
Yeah, we don't want no babies murdered, but it's just weird.
But imagine if they did.
Oh my gosh. Please, let's not go there.
You wanted more gore with the beheadings.
Not with the baby, though.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But I'm just saying, the cans in the stroller, give me something else there.
Yeah, I don't know. We could brainstorm and get you something better, but we're not going.
It was cans.
It was just cans. All right, you ready for popcorn puzzles?
Yeah.
Popcorn puzzles.
A sphincter says what? What? A sphincter says what? What? Exactly.
All right, I have a few puzzles.
Let's hear them. See if we can solve them.
The 20th Century Fox producer realized they might have a hit movie on their hands when he noticed that during test screenings, audience members would walk backwards when they needed to go to the bathroom, so they wouldn't miss as much or as little as possible.
It's a fun little observation.
Have you ever done that?
Nah.
I do it all the time. I also run to the bathroom.
I don't go to the bathroom.
There's times as I'm getting a little older in my days.
I hear you.
Sometimes when I drink so many sodas.
We got Dead Reckoning coming up, and it's over 3 hours. And
3 hours.
We're going to need...
I might need a piss cup and a normal cup. Just don't mix them up.
Maybe just get a baggie down there.
Yeah, or some kind of tube. I don't know.
We'll figure it out.
But that was a puzzle. Like, you didn't know that it was a good hit when you made this.
Until people were walking backwards.
Yeah, that's the key thing that you keyed in on. Okay,
Hey.
whatever. Other puzzle is Jean de Bont insisted that Keanu Reeves get a sensible haircut as would befit a hardworking cop. 20th Century Fox executives were horrified when they saw the buzz cut he adopted for the film, going so far as to threaten postponing the film so he could grow his hair back. My beef, again, is with the executives. Keanu Reeves knows what he's doing. I don't mind the buzz cut. I kind of like it.
I love it.
So, pop off.
I love the buzz cut, Keanu. I think his character is so believable. His character is the one cop I want on this bus with me to handle this.
My puzzle is that's a deal breaker on a movie, is someone's hairstyle? Like, I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
Next puzzle is Keanu Reeves initially turned down the lead role as he found Graham Yost's original script to be too much like Die Hard. Yeah.
Die Hard on a bus.
He signed on after Jean de Bont brought in Joss Whedon to rewrite the script. He's uncredited.
Okay.
This guy's done a lot of really good script writing in his day. He directed one of the Avengers movies. I didn't know that. This is a puzzle. Puzzle solved, I guess.
There you go.
Not credited. My last two puzzles are, the director remains a big fan of miniatures. We talked about how he did it for the elevator scene. He says if you do it right, it looks incredibly real, something you can never replace or never duplicate with computer effects. My puzzle is, why aren't we doing this more?
Yeah,
Like,
certain directors will do it more. Should be like the standard, and it's not.
use the computer to support real in-camera effects. That's all I'm saying. There's lots of ways you can do it. Do it if you can. We always reference TC, Tom Cruise. But my last puzzle, whenever a highway scene needed to be reshot, all the cars had to be returned to a starting mark. The director said it was a logistical nightmare. I couldn't even, I didn't even think about that. They're going down the road, and if you F up, you've got to go have all the cars go back and redo it and make sure they're in the same position. It's wild.
Yeah, and I feel like there's some long stretches of the highway in the movie, so kudos to them.
I can't imagine what they went through to give us this gem. So, thank you.
Once they get on the airport, though, fantastic idea.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I remember originally, like, how are they going to do this? Like, they're just going to go on the highway for the whole movie?
Yeah, the two couple of curves that they have to maneuver are stressful. And I'm like, there can't be more of these. I mean, my thought was maybe they go to like some, arena, parking lot arena where they can just go around in circles, but airport seems a little more dangerous.
Yeah, good idea.
Anyway, I don't have any more puzzles.
Okay. I just got two.
Okay.
My first puzzle is at the beginning, like when Dennis Hopper escapes and he's got the maniacal laugh and then he allegedly explodes himself. And all the cops just believe he's dead.
We're not checking teeth?
I'm just saying, yeah, there's no pieces. There's no little bones or anything. No blood.
I mean, that's a big puzzle. Did he just go get a cadaver? There's a body.
Yeah.
They didn't talk about it.
So I just don't like I believe Keanu is a cop and the SWAT team's badass. And I just don't believe they're going to think this guy's dead.
And also, like, he's running out that door. He's got to pop that vest off, throw it on the dummy, or not the dummy, the dead guy that he found somewhere, and then get to safety. Keanu gets blown away right quick.
Yeah. I mean, you can see his hand is torn up, so he does get some damage.
Well, the nub was prior to that. He had a nubbin on his right arm or hand. He had his thumb or something blown off from like an accident at work.
Okay.
Because he's like a cop.
Yeah, he's
like
an old bomb guy.
Yeah. So
yeah, I just feel like there should be blood or guts or something of them.
Give me some blood.
Yeah.
It's a theme.
It's a theme, this movie. And then my last puzzle is the shoot the hostage scenario. Is that really a good idea? Because I just see all the negatives.
I agree 1,000%.
Like, is that really something they train for? Like, do they ever do this?
I would do it all the time. But the thing that I don't agree with Keanu is he's shooting his leg. I mean, how close is he to his femoral artery, dude?
Listen, that's what I'm saying. I just feel like this is not an actual thing. So, like, you can shoot somebody non-fatally. He could bleed to death, even though he's shooting him in the leg, like you mentioned. The bad guy could just, still drag him or shoot. You're distracted, shooting the hostage. The bad guy could shoot you. I don't know. I just feel like
shoulder.
I just feel like there's so many like negatives outweigh this tactic.
I love it so much. You should just shoot him in the shoulder. It goes through the body into the next guy, the bad guy. There's so many ways that this could be great. I don't really agree with you here, but
my puzzle is this a real tactic?
I want to say yes.
Like, has this ever been proven to be like worked out when they shot the hostage?
Like, what about shooting an arm? Because it's gonna surprise the bad guy. And he might just be like, what just happened? And then you can pop, boom, in the head.
Or he could, shoot you back.
Yeah, I think it's good. I think it should be put into practice more often.
It worked out in Speed. I don't know if it's working out in real life situations, but okay, I hear you.
Okay, we disagree. We agree to disagree. Any more puzzles?
That's all I had.
All right, this brings us to the last part of the show. popcorn redemption in our rating. I only have one redemption. We talked about how they blew up Dennis Hopper's house, right?
Jeff Daniels.
Well, it wasn't Jeff. Yes, they blew up Jeff Daniels, but they also blew up the house that Jeff Daniels was in.
That's Dennis Hopper's house.
It's Dennis Hopper. Yeah, the character is Dennis Hopper's house. So the producers paid the owners of the house $5,000 to blow it up, and then they also rebuilt their home for them.
Whoa!
I think that's sick. I would, if someone was like, "Hey, we want to blow up your house for a movie," I would be like, "Here you go. Here's
and you
the
get
keys.
paid for it."
Yeah, give me $5,000 and build it up again, because then you can just get a new house.
Seems like pretty fun. And your house is in a movie, in a good movie.
In a great movie. Overall, I just love this movie.
We didn't talk about Gigantor as a nickname.
What are you talking about?
So,
what is Gigantor?
Keanu.
Is this in the movie?
Dude, there's this big guy on the bus, and Keanu needs help at a time. He goes, Gigantor. And he calls this big guy on the bus Gigantor, and I just love it.
I mean, that seems pretty mean.
Sandy refers to him again later in the movie as Gigantor.
How did I miss this?
I don't know, but maybe rewatch it.
I was so engrossed in the film that I missed Gigantor. It sounds like a Marvel character.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I'm glad I got to get that in at the end. And then Pop Quiz Hot Shot, just amazing quote. I still use this quote. I'm not joking. On the reg.
I love it too. And I love that they use it multiple times in the film. Mm-hmm. It's a really great quote.
Just to put a bow on it, just D. Hopper as a villain.
D. Hopper, great choice. Could you think of anyone else?
Jack Nicholson, I could think of this time with first talks.
I think he was actually rumored to be played.
I'm in on a 94 Jack Nicholson Speed.
What about a Anthony Hopkins?
I'm in on that too.
That would be good. What was he doing in 94? Was that Silence of the Lambs era?
Yeah, super close.
I like that pick too. But yeah, Dennis Hopper did great.
I love how, I love villains that are like one step ahead. So he's got the watch and he uses the watch as bait to R.I.P. Harry. And like I mentioned, he's unpredictable and he's kind of over the top, but I love the villain.
I don't know what it's called too, but the death grip trigger. Mm-hmm. So he has to hold it. So if he gets shot, they die, right? It's like a fail safe.
Yeah, if it falls.
I love that.
Yeah,
super sick.
Yeah, good contraption. And then just Keanu and Sandy. We talked about their chemistry. Our beef was they didn't, explore that later on in their lives. But
hey, it's not too late.
I love it. A post beef would be Keanu. The script for Speed 2. That's a post beef because the script was so bad. Keanu was like, I'm out. And Sandy was like, I'm in. And it's one of the it's known to be as one of the worst sequels ever. Dude,
if Keanu, okay, here's the biggest puzzle of all time. If Keanu was in that film, would it have been better?
I mean, it's pretty bad.
Could he save it?
It would be a little better, but I'm glad he wasn't in it.
Do we have to review Speed 2?
It's bad.
Let's let that simmer.
Yeah, cruise control. We'll put that on cruise control.
We'll put that on cruise control.
Have you seen it?
I've seen it a time in my life. If you guys want us to review it, please let us know. We'll do it. We'll take that bullet for you guys.
We'll put it on the list.
Okay. All right. It brings us to our rating. Our final rating of Speed.
Ooh.
This is the home of the golden bucket. I have to give credit where credit's due. Debont. I give you the gold. It's good. It's really
sold
good.
me. Give me the gold too. I was thinking large. It still holds up. It's a fun time.
Like the only reason I agree, I was on the large train here, or the bus, if we want to be close to the show. But my thing that pushes it over was my just sheer enjoyment of seeing it, and I hadn't seen it for quite a while. It holds up. It's super engaging. Yeah, there's some weird acting and some weird dialogue and a couple plot holes. I don't care. I had a great time. My wife, who hates action movies, she's like, hey, I want to go to bed early so we can watch half of it. We didn't watch half of it.
Yeah, you can't just watch half of it.
We watched the entire thing.
Yeah, it's too fast paced. It moves too well to just watch bits and pieces. Like, you're in it.
Yeah. What if you did Speed while you were watching Speed?
I don't know.
That's a question for the ages. Any parting thoughts to put a bow on this for Speed from 1994? Your silence speaks volumes. That's it for this week. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play this as we go out because it's so sick.
To put a bow on it, this was awesome. Thanks for having me. So fun to like revisit this one.
Yeah, I'm really glad that we started this. I don't know what it is called. This journey with the net. I don't know if we can give a trilogy, a holy trinity of Sandra Bullock. Is there another?
Speed 2 might be our Face Off, but is nowhere near as good as Face Off, and
it's nowhere near as good as Face Off.
We have been on a run with these '90s movies with the Nick Cage, Holy Trinity, and the Net, and now Speed.
I think we needed to do. We mentioned it during not Con Air. It was Face Off. Broken Arrow.
Oh, yeah.
I think Broken Arrow might be in our future.
Love it.
So that's it for this week. But I'm with you always. I love movies and would love it if you'd share the love. Share this with the movie lover in your life. If you made it this far, go give us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. It actually really helps. I need those 5 stars. Give them to me. You take your index finger and you just press on the 5 part. That's all you need to do. That's all I'm asking. You don't need to give me money. I would like money, but just give me a 5-star.
Easier than stopping a bus going 50 miles per hour.
Exactly. As always, thanks for listening, and thanks to my special guest, Pop Quiz Hotshot himself, JJ.
Thanks, Popcorn. A lot of fun.
I appreciate you coming on the journey, taking that bus ticket and coming with me. And remember, everybody, when you watch movies, you can pop in, you can pop out, or pop off. But when you do, always bring the popcorn. We'll see you guys next week. This podcast is sponsored by Pitch Black that doesn't exist. Thanks, Mountain Dew.